Really, essentially, can you be, this is a written question, as you may have guessed, it's not from me, can you be a Christian practicing monotheism?
Yeah, yes, you can, because the early Christians, certainly, the early Christians were monotheists. In fact, throughout the whole of the history of Christianity, there have been Unitarian, monotheistic Christians who did not believe that Jesus is God. They do not believe that Jesus in any literal sense is the Son of God. Until today, for example, or maybe it's not a good example, but until today you have the Jehovah's Witnesses who reject the idea of the Trinity, who claim quite rightly that it's essentially a pagan concept, that God became a man, so they reject this concept. But there have been Christians, and there are other Christians, Unitarian Christians as well, who are not Jehovah's Witnesses. So this idea or this belief system has been existing historically throughout the history of Christianity at certain times. Now, I mean, perhaps it's not really my place to comment. Of course, a Christian, a Trinitarian Christian, would by and large generally claim that if you don't believe that Jesus is God in flesh, and that God is a triune God or a Trinity, then you're not a Christian. It doesn't matter what you can call yourself, whatever you like, but you're not a Christian. That's what generally Orthodox Christians would claim. But historically, as I said, the idea of, and in fact, by the way, before Islam, there were large numbers, maybe even a majority of Christians who were Unitarians. But the fact is that many of them, if not most of them, when Islam came, they became Muslim. That is why you don't find so many of them today, because most of the Unitarian Christians realized that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was indeed what he claimed to be, the final messenger of Allah. And so if you are a Unitarian Christian, I would I would encourage you so much to study the Quran, to study the life of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to see for yourself that he is the natural successor to the true message of Jesus alayhi salam. Jazakallah khair.